Throughout history, certain battles have not only decided the fate of nations, but have also shaped the course of world history. From ancient clashes to modern warfare, these battles have left an indelible mark on our world. Today, we're counting down the top 5 greatest battles that changed history. Starting off, we are going back in time. Over 2,500 years ago, the Battle of Thermopylae became one of history's most legendary stands. In 480 BC, 300 Spartans, led by King Leonidas, faced off against the vast Persian army of King Xerxes. Outnumbered and outmatched, the Spartans fought to the last man in the narrow pass of Thermopylae. Their sacrifice wasn't in vain. It bought crucial time for the Greek city-states to unite against the Persian invasion. Thermopylae became a symbol of courage and resistance, inspiring the Greeks to ultimate victory in the Persian Wars. This heroic stand not only preserved Greek culture, but also set the stage for the rise of Western civilization. The Battle of Thermopylae, where 300 Spartans changed the course of history. The Battle of Hastings in 1066 was one of the most pivotal moments in history. On October 14th, William the Conqueror of Normandy faced King Harold II of England. The battle was fierce, but by the end of the day, Harold was dead, and William emerged victorious. This victory led to the Norman conquest of England, forever altering the country's culture, language, and governance. Norman rule introduced feudalism, reshaped the English legal system, and blended Anglo-Saxon and Norman cultures, laying the foundation for modern England. The Battle of Hastings didn't just decide who would sit on the English throne, it transformed the entire course of British history. The Battle of Waterloo in 1815 was one of the most significant battles in history, marking the end of Napoleon Bonaparte's reign. On June 18th, Napoleon faced a coalition of British, Prussian, and other European forces led by the Duke of Wellington. Despite his military genius, Napoleon was decisively defeated, leading to his final exile and the collapse of his empire. This battle didn't just end a war, it reshaped the future of Europe. It marked the end of over a decade of Napoleonic wars, ushering in nearly a century of peace across Europe, known as the Pax Britannica. The power balance shifted, leading to the rise of the British Empire and a new era in European politics. Waterloo changed the course of history, preventing Napoleon's domination of Europe and paving the way for the modern world we know today. The Battle of Stalingrad, fought from 1942 to 1943, was one of the deadliest and most pivotal battles of World War II. Nazi Germany, led by Hitler, launched a massive attack on the Soviet city of Stalingrad, aiming to secure control of the oil-rich Caucasus. Despite relentless bombardments and brutal street fighting, the Soviet Red Army refused to surrender. Their fierce resistance turned the battle into a grueling war of attrition, drawing in more German forces than anticipated. In November 1942, the Soviets launched a daring counteroffensive, encircling and trapping the German Sixth Army. After months of fighting and severe winter conditions, the Germans finally surrendered in February 1943. The defeat at Stalingrad marked a turning point in the war, shattering the myth of Nazi invincibility and shifting the momentum to the Allies. It was the beginning of the end for Hitler's ambitions in the East, and a key moment that changed the course of history. At last, we have D-Day. On June 6, 1944, D-Day marked the largest amphibious invasion in history, as Allied forces stormed the beaches of Normandy, France. This was the turning point of World War II in Europe. Facing fierce resistance from Nazi Germany, the Allies pushed through, securing a foothold that would lead to the liberation of Western Europe from Nazi occupation. Why did D-Day change history? It shattered Hitler's Atlantic Wall and marked the beginning of the end for the Third Reich. Without this crucial victory, the war could have dragged on, with devastating consequences for the world. D-Day wasn't just a battle, it was the moment that set the stage for the defeat of one of history's most brutal regimes and the restoration of peace in Europe. These 5 battles are not just military engagements, they are turning points that have shaped the world as we know it. From ancient times to modern warfare, each has left a legacy that continues to influence our lives today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with more fascinating history content.